What's it like for you to be on such a very, very different team than the one you joined years ago?
Yeah, it's definitely different, but you know, I always tell people my role doesn't change, but I do have to speak up more. In this league, it's all about having a good routine, and with a younger team, you got to focus in a lot more every day. So, like in the past, when you're on your winning team, all you do is come in every day, do what you need to do, and it's all about being a star in your role when you're on winning teams. Like you know what to do, and when you're on a young team like this, everybody has to find their roles. They have to figure themselves out. So that's where we're in.
Eric, you've been around a lot of coaches. You played for a lot of coaches. What makes Coach Silas the right guy for this mix of talent and young players that you have?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's good for us because it's really on us players to really hone in and figure out, the things of what we need to do in the game. He allows us to play how we want to, and he's very open to most coaches, and he gives us, a style of play, and it's all about us players to really utilize what we have.
How do you plan on being helpful to the younger guys? Jalen and some of the other rookies have mentioned you as something that they know that they can look to.
Yeah, I have to speak up every day. I can't just go into every game. It's all about preparing for now. Everybody has to get to know their role, be a star at what they do, and it's going to be a progress. And because this is the youngest team I've ever been on, so it's definitely going to be different. And but we just need to be, as a young team, got to be very excited every day and enjoy the moment of getting better every day.
Eric, obviously you want to win and win big, and the players, the window to do that isn't always open. How do you view that as far as yourself being with this team right now?
Well, yeah, I'm a basketball player at the end of the day. I gotta, of course you want to win, and but we have to build to do that right now. And I know a lot of our teams don't have a lot of high expectations right now, but we definitely have to work hard. And but I got to take the situation at hand, and but it's still going to be fun. I'm still going to play to win, and it's just that's just what our energy has to be every day.
So David and Waba said they call him Uncle Dave. You talking about young? What's your nickname they gave you?
No, I don't really have a nickname, really. I hear OG and all that other stuff, but I really don't have too much of a nickname.
Hey, Eric, can you talk about the trip to Bahama? I know you've been on teams and you guys have taken trips before. How is it different with this group this year?
Well, no, it's really no different. That's just a tradition that we've been doing for years and years, and it's good to have that, especially with a team like this. We got to, start getting familiar with one another as early as possible, and you can never get enough time on the court, learning from one another, and now starting tomorrow is really time to get going, and everybody, it's part of the learning process.
How frustrating was it to end the season the way you did, being injured, and how did that motivate you coming into this season?
Yeah, I mean, injuries is the worst part of the game, and for me, with the situation at hand, it just didn't make sense for me to rush back, and me and the team knew that, and it was time for me just to get right, take this long summer to get right, and look forward to like tomorrow. Looking forward to tomorrow to get ready for this season.
Were you healthy though towards the end of the season? I seen you shooting around a lot.
Yeah, I was shooting. I was moving around. But like I said, it wasn't a rush process. If I rushed, I could have played. But at this where we're at that situation, it didn't make sense.
You talk a lot about saying you have to speak up more. Were you uncomfortable doing that throughout your career, or is it just you're just in a different position now?
Well, no, you definitely got to speak up. But like I said, I've been on more veteran teams since I've been here. We've been one of the oldest teams since I've been here, and when you're in this situation now where you have a lot of young guys and with not a lot of experience, you have to. And if you want to have a winning mentality and to move forward to getting better, I mean, that's just what I have to do.
You're once You seem excited about what you're entering now, this part of the season. You guys haven't played any games. A veteran like you, do you imagine that at some point you might not want to be in a situation if they're not winning games?
Well, no, I just looking forward to being with these guys and growing with them. And that's, you know, I can control whatever I have to control, what's far ahead of me. And I'm looking forward to being around this team and growing with them.
Can you describe what your first impression? Can you describe what your first impression was of each of the rookies so far? Not necessarily as basketball players, but just as people.
As people, they're great. You know, I enjoy them. You know, I'm definitely encouraged from what I've seen. And you know, like I said, the season's different. It's going to be a longer process, and I'm just ready to see them grow.
Is there any concern at all, though, about just the chemistry and connection with these guys since they are so much younger? I mean, you know, how do you work that out or work through that?
No, there's nothing to work out. We're all in this together. We're looking forward to, you know, building and seeing how well we can be this season. To me, it's all about progression. You know, winning, it's the same thing on a winning team. It's all about, you know, how can you gel towards the end of the year, and I expect to just, with this young team, to get better and better each game and better along the way of the season.
You were once a 19-year-old rookie. What are some things that you learned that year that you can pass along that you wish someone would have told you?
Well, yeah, you know, there's going to be a bunch of growing pains, you know, when you're that young and when you're going to have to play a lot. But the one thing I always tell people is it's all about being consistent. Of course, you're going to have a bunch of ups and downs. You're going to have good games and you're going to have some bad games. But it's a long season, you know, things can change day to day, and but you just want to stay even keeled and get through, because, you know, you've been the man growing up before you get to the NBA, and now you're playing against all these talented guys, and you're going to have a couple bad games, and it's going to play with your mind a little bit, but that's just a part of it, and it's all about overcoming every obstacle.